Angola, 18,000 acres of land isolated from the nearest town by 26 miles of woods. Surrounded on three sides by the Mississippi River, 80% of its population will die behind bars. Before they go, the inmates will have a chance to listen, to watch, or be part of a broadcasting and media program that is unique in the prison system in the United States. This is the story of three of the inmates involved.
I'm in here for life. I'm a first offender. I'm serving a life sentence for second-degree murder. This is my first time in prison.
How long are you here for?
Life.
I have a life sentence for second-degree murder. It's a crime I committed, something that shouldn't have happened, but it did. Alcohol and drugs played a large part, but that's no excuse for what I did. I deserve to be here and deserve to be here for a long time. Now, in Louisiana, life means life.
Yeah, this is it. This is LSP TV station, this little bitty room.
KLSP TV uses the same broadcast technology found in newsrooms across the country. The station's 5-person staff shoots video using Panasonic HPX 170 cameras. The video is recorded on P2 cards. The video is then transferred from the P2 card to one of the 3 computers used for editing. According to Vaughn, KLSP TV uses an older version of Final Cut Pro for editing. The edited programs are burned on DVDs, which is how programs are aired to the population. Vaughn says he and his staff work long hours, often completing requests for video with short deadlines. The staff at KLSP TV has also collaborated with filmmakers on several films shot on the farm. The most recent example, Serving Life, which aired on the Oprah Winfrey Network.
The average sentence here is about 93 years.
People are not getting out in this state. You grow old and you die here.
More than 85% of Angola's inmates will die in prison.
Vaughn creates a weekly schedule of the programming and sends it out to the inmates. The schedule displays an array of topics from educational programming to Angola-specific information.
I make a schedule out, broadcast schedule out every week, and I send it out to the inmate population. I try to cover as many of the Angola events as possible, like chess tournaments and, like I said, boxing matches and football games and baseball and volleyball. We try to cover those too, and it gives the guys an opportunity to see themselves. You get a kick out of that.
The Magnolia Superstar for a big game downfield.
KLSP TV is broadcast to the entire inmate population of over 6,000.
They can tune in to us anytime they like. You know, they have a choice. We have 37 channels that they can choose from, but they like us. Channel 21.
Vaughn says certain programming blocks on his schedule have kept inmates coming back for more.
Well, people love our movies. Friday night is the night in Angola.
Despite the demand his job places on him, Vaughn displays contentment when reflecting on his time with the station.
It can be, stressful, highly demanding. Sometimes it can just fry your brain. But in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I love it. I love it, I do. I really enjoy it.
And you're listening to KLSP 91.7, the incarceration station, the only one in the nation, the station that kicks behind the bricks. I'm DJ Randy T in the studio.
On the other side of the main cell block, weekday DJ and Angola inmate Randy Thomas mans the mic at the nation's only inmate-run prison radio station, KLSP FM. Although the radio station caters to a diverse group of musical tastes, all programming is subject to Warden Kane's approval.
What the warden does is on a day-to-day basis, like from Monday through Friday during the daytime, and on the night shift we play gospel throughout the day, and on the weekends he allows us to let our hair down, so to speak.
Thomas says the station's DJs are allowed to play music they prefer.
I like contemporary gospel, so I'll come in and play my little intro music by Kirk Franklin, Give Me That, and after that I go into a spotlight of a contemporary gospel artist, and after that I go into a mix of worship, and then at 10 around about 10 o'clock in the morning, I play a sermon by various ministers. And from there, I go back into mix praise and worship, do some worship songs and some up-tempo praise songs.
The radio station, like KLSP-TV, broadcasts to over 6,000 prisoners. The 100-watt system also reaches residential areas just outside the prison. KLSP-FM acquires programming from a variety of sources, including satellite feeds of religious programming. The station broadcasts live church services on Sundays, as well as sporting events happening around the farm. According to Thomas, the musical programming proves to be most popular around the prison.
And being in a place like this, music is more of an escape for us because we're in a dorm with like 86 other personalities. Yeah. So you know how it is when you got a lot of mixed personalities in the dorm. Music is your way of escape. It blocks us out everything. So in the dorm, that's how I escape. Up here, I help other people escape, if that's the correct term to use. Okay.
Larry Sharp is a staff writer and photographer at the Angolite magazine. The magazine is produced at the prison by the staff of 7 inmates. Editor Carrie Myers assigns Sharp and the rest of the inmate staff stories to write. Once assigned, Sharp is responsible for photographs, interviews, and writing the article. The Angolite staff does not have internet access. They rely on volunteers outside the prison to provide research materials. The Angolite releases a new issue bi-monthly. These 6 issues per year cover a range of issues relating to prison life.
Of course, we cover a lot of things that go in Angola because we chronicle things that happen at the prison, but also we do a lot of stories on criminal justice. Billy Cannon, the story I did on him, I mean, he's a character, and to be able to spend time with him and him tell his life story, you know, he went through some problems too, some legal problems. John Corley now does a lot of our death penalty articles. We try to keep up with all of that. It's a very important and controversial issue in the United States. We're not just confined to the stories here. Carrie, as well as administration, allows us a leeway to write really things that we think the inmates and the public ought to know about prison. So it's not just about Angola, it's about other criminal justice issues.
The Angolite has 1,200 subscribers in all 50 states. Among the subscribers are criminal justice schools, public libraries, as well as several university libraries. The staff uses events like the Angola Rodeo to recruit new subscribers.
Bring the whole family out for a full weekend of great food, music by inmate bands, fabulous arts and crafts, and the wildest rodeo show in the South. It's the Angola Spring Rodeo.
According to Sharp, the Angolite staff is granted autonomy by Warden Burl Kane and his administration. The Angolite staff is aware of the problems that could arise from presenting topics unpopular with inmates. However, Sharp insists that he and his fellow inmate journalists will remain objective.
Our editor demands that of us, that we're not one-sided. Sure, sometimes we have one-sided views being prisoners, but there's always 2 sides to every issue, and we always try to present that.
Randy Thomas, Sean Vaughn, and Larry Sharp all agree that Angola's media outlets serve a greater purpose than just entertainment. Sharp says that ascending from hard labor on the farm to journalist requires earning the administration's trust.
We're allowed to carry cameras. We're allowed to carry recorders. We have our own little offices. So Carrie says you can always make somebody a better writer, but you can't really make somebody a better person.
Sharp says his involvement with the Angolite as well as other prison organizations has changed his outlook on prison life.
You know, I was a taker out there. Inmates by nature are takers. And now I've determined that I'm going to be somebody that gives back. I'm going to try and help those that come in here not to stay on that same path.
Vaughn says his new career behind bars means more to him than just a way to pass time.
They do help you to stay focused, give you something to do, but I mean, it's not just mind-numbing work. You know, you can develop your skill. It's something that you can take with you when you get out. And that's, might sound weird coming from a lifer, but there's always a chance that you can get out. Anything can happen at any time, and we've seen it happen. And so you have to be ready. And if you're not, and especially if you've been incarcerated for a long time, over 10 years, if you're not ready, you're lost when you get out. And there's a chance you may recidivate trying to survive.
The way they survive behind bars is by not only serving time, but serving their fellow inmates with music, video, and information. This is Jared Haynes reporting.